Okay, guys. So, yes, in case y'all don't make it all the way to the end of my video, because y'all might get mad, or y'all don't have enough time, or I'm too boring, or whatever. Y'all don't like my style of talking about this stuff, whatever. I will be doing a giveaway. The only thing that I'm asking is for this milestone, right? Of 500 subscribers. All right, we already somewhere, I believe, 185 subscribers. So once we reach 500, I will be doing a giveaway. All right, not on phone giveaway or anything like that. So it'll be the cases from Crave, right? That they has sent me out to review. I still have them, and I will give away those cases because they're still on the box and everything. They're good. It's really cool cases. They sent me two for the iPhone 16 Pro Max and three for the S25 Ultra. So, with that being said, I will cover the shipping costs and all that as long as you're in the United States. Okay? Now, the only thing you have to do is like, subscribe, share, and comment. That's all I need. Don't follow me on social media. None of that. I don't do that stuff. I'm not gonna tell you, hey, you gotta get on my Twitter. You got this. Nah, I'm not that person. I don't have time for all that. All right. All you gotta do is like, subscribe, share, and comment. Four little things from the videos, right? And make sure like this thing goes spreads out. Once we hit 500 subscribers, I will make another video, and then on that one it's gonna be the giveaway. All right, and I will make it live. Well, not live, but I will mention who are the people who won. I'll send a message directly from here. I'll send a message directly to that person, and that way I get the info and all that stuff, right? So, with that being said, like, subscribe, comment, and share. That's all I'm asking for. Let's hit that 500 subscribers, and I'll do the giveaway. All right. The more, the merrier. All right, guys. So, without further ado, here goes the video. Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Omar, and today let's talk about the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6. Yeah. So, this is the long-term review. The 7 is right around the corner, and let's talk about the 6. All right. So, first of all, with this 6, I use it every day. This is my secondary phone right here, and I would say that it's very awesome. It's very cool and everything. I've never had any problems with it. I haven't had no issues. It's worked perfectly fine for me. All right. Obviously, it's my secondary phone. So, my primary phone right now is the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Secondary will be my Z Fold 6, and I do have the S25 Ultra. And with this limited edition case right here from UAG, the forged carbon fiber, which I will talk about on my next video. I'm still waiting for the 16 Pro Max case to show up. Excuse me. Now, back to the Z Fold 6. All right, so first of all, from the moment I got it, right, because I had the 5, then I switched to the 6, and at first you could feel the difference, all right, because the 5 was a little bit more thicker, this one's more thinner. It was a little bit heavier. The 5 was heavier, the 6 was a little bit lighter. The screen, right, that little tiny increase made a big change, especially since the vessels around it is a lot less. You have more screen to use. That little tiny bit made a big difference. All right. Again, fat fingers, right? And it don't matter if I'm using my 16 Pro Max or I'm using my S25 Ultra. I still, there'll be buttons, right? Like, for instance, when I try to put the word you, like, you are this, right? for whatever reason, instead of the Y, I always put the H, and I had to go back and fix it. Sometimes I'm trying to put the N, and I'll miss with the space bar. It's not the phone. I do the same thing with this big old phones as well with the big screen. So, you know, might be a software thing. I don't know, or might be me just having fat fingers. You know, I wouldn't doubt it, right? It is what it is. Now, so let's get that out the way. For those of you who like to complain about, oh, I'm always missing this or that, it happens with me, even with these big phones. I mean, it happens. All right. Now, first of all, the screen, right? Let's talk about it a little bit. So the outer screen is a tiny bit bigger compared to the compared to the C Fold 5. But since the vessels are a little bit thinner, it gives you more of a screen to use. And that right there makes a big difference, right? Because now you have more of a screen on it. One thing I like about it is that you're able to use a little bit more on it here and there, and everything's gonna be cool. Everything's cool. It looks like a decent size, especially if you can't do something that's quick, right? You don't always have to use the big screen. You don't always have to use that one, right? Sometimes you just want something where you could just open up and make it quick. Oh, you get a text message, boom. Okay, let me see. Dot, 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 boom. Reply. It's that simple, right? Sometimes you don't want to open up the big screen. The outer screen works perfectly fine, looks good, looks great, and all that. All right. You could do everything on the front screen. You could do everything on the front screen, and like a normal phone, kind of like your S25 Ultra, your 16 Pro Max. You could do everything on this front screen. All right. So that out the way. Now, the majority of the time, this is where I'm at. I even use my own. I even have my, this is what I use most of the time. The inner screen, right? This is the reason why you buy this phone, is in order to use the inner screen. All right. And this is where the majority of my time is, with the inner screen. And I'm using it. And like I said, it does not matter if I'm using this giant screen, the outer screen, or this one. When I'm typing, for whatever reason, I have to go back and fix the U, change the Y, take away the H to the Y. Or when I'm trying to put something with an N, like when I say thank you, right? Or I text message thank you, I always have to go back because I'm always pressing the space button instead of the N, and I'm pretty sure I'm pressing the N, but no. So might be a software thing, honestly. I don't think it's a phone or my fat finger, but it might be. I don't know, right? So that's an issue I have personally right there, but it's not the phone, it's me, or it might be software. But it is what it is. All right, this outer screen right here, this inner screen, I use it for media. This is my media screen right here, mainly, right? I even edit videos on here and everything. So, I do my Bible studies, I record it, and then from here, I'll start editing it, right? I'll start looking, see what take out, what am I leaving and everything. So I start editing my videos here. This more of a production style phone right here, right? This is what you want to use if you're on a productivity and you want to start doing a lot more stuff with it. But for what's it called, for media consumption, this is an awesome screen right here, pretty big. And when you flip it over to this side, so hold on, let me. Okay, so for instance, I want you to see. So here you can see you got this screen, right? You see how much space there is top and bottom. But if you flipped it over, boom, now you have a wider screen, less space, top and bottom, which would be almost identical to your screen right here. Let me see. So which would be almost identical to your phone screen. just a little bit more higher. But it looks really great when you're seeing it here, right? And I like that. I pretty much like it. Anytime I'm watching YouTube or like Netflix, TikTok, any type of video, this is the one I use. This is my phone that I use for that. Um, to me, it feels a lot better. It looks a lot more, right? It's more out there. Then we have a problem with people saying, "Oh, this thing has a huge crease, and you could tell the crease." And I look, the crease does not matter. Once you're actually looking at the phone directly, once you're playing with it, right? Once you have it, you don't even notice it. You actually had to have the right angle, right, for it. Now, if it's turned off, obviously you gonna see it, but the moment you turn it on, you're not gonna see it. So, for instance, you see it here now. But when you turn it on, you don't see it. You had to have the right angle. Right there, you see? But if you turn it off, it don't matter what angle you're at, you'll see it. But when you turn it on, you can't see it no more. Okay? So for those of you who complain about the crease and all that, y'all probably haven't even used the phone. Cause I noticed that the people who complain the most are the ones who don't even use this stuff. All right, I've been using it for almost a full year already, and I never had a problem with that. The crease doesn't even don't even bother me because you can't even see it once you start using it. You have to have it at the right angle for it the moment you're using it, right? So yeah, keep that in mind. Now listening to music here is okay. I'm not gonna say it's the best, but it's okay. It's good. It proves the point. It has a good loud sound to it and everything. But I really don't listen to music here. Besides, I always have my earbuds on and or headphones, and yeah, I go with my Bluetooth stuff. So that's out of the question now. Software. This thing is really cool where you could open multiple things at once. So for instance, I'm gonna have my YouTube, and then let me see. I'm gonna put my web browser right at the bottom. And then I come in and I want something else. So let me get the oops, what is this? I'm not trying to do that. Okay, now let me get my Facebook. See, I have three different things right there: Facebook, my web browser, and YouTube, right? Now, I could do it in a way where all of this could go from the side as well. And not only that, but I could adjust however I want this thing. I could make YouTube to be the main thing, really big, put it in the middle. I could make my web browser a little bit higher and my Facebook a little bit lower. I could make it. Hold on, let me. I could make it where my Facebook is a little bit higher. I could do many different things with this. Also, not only that, let me see. Let me show you what else that I could do here. No, I do not want that right there. So I could bring in. Let me see. Let me get my calculator out. So I could get my calculator and my YouTube. So look, I have 4 different things going on at once. So let me just move this thing out the way. At the bottom, I have my YouTube. I mean my Facebook. Up here, I have a calculator, my web browser, and I have my YouTube in the middle. Right? So I could have multiple things going on at once. If I don't want something no more, boom, I just come in, click it, get it out, and I have everything else here. I don't want the calculator no more, click it out. I don't want my Facebook out here no more, boom, Samsung has made it perfectly with the software on this thing. And it is amazing. I never had any problem. I could do 2 or 3 things all at once, no problem whatsoever, which is very cool. All right. Gaming, I really don't game too much on this phone. Um, but you can. I was playing Genshin Impact. It plays really well. There's nothing to worry about. You could game on it, max settings, it's gonna be good. Now, battery life. All right. So far, so good. This phone lasts all day for me. And I do push my phones a lot as well. So the battery lasts all day. All right, for me, for my use. I don't know about your use personally, but for me, it lasts all day. Again, this is my secondary phone, not my primary. All right, so for me, it lasts all day. Now, I will say, because a lot of you people, y'all complain about 25-watt charging and all that stuff. All right, let me tell you one thing. In an hour or so, this thing's already full from 0 to 100. All right, it takes around the same amount of time, as my S25 Ultra. Takes same amount of time as my 16 Pro Max, iPhone 16 Pro Max. So people like to complain about things they don't understand. This thing has a significantly smaller battery. All right, it will charge fast, and I'm rounding it up to 1 hour because I really haven't tested. All I know is that I plug it in. Next thing I notice, it's already full. All right, so the battery here is a lot smaller than these big old phones right here. Right, it will charge faster. It will charge faster. Why? Because the battery capacity is smaller. Keep that in mind, all right? It will charge faster from 0 to 100 because the battery capacity is smaller, all right? If it had a bigger battery, then it will take longer, but it's a smaller battery, so it will charge fast. Keep that in mind, okay? Now, how pocketable is this folding phone? You put it on your pocket, you don't even realize you have it. I have a case on it from Nilkin. I like this case, very thin. It gives it this little thin hinge protection when you open it up, as you can see. It's, really good hinge protection, right? You could put it on your pocket. You're not gonna even fit. You're gonna forget that this thing was in your pocket. All right. It's really good. It's not thick. It's not thin. It's not the thinnest phone out there, but it's really good. And look, I'm using a UAG case on this phone right here, on my S25 Ultra. And look, I mean, you pretty much have the same thing if you're using a case on your normal phone anyways. And I'm using a big boy case, This is a big boy case right here. And I mean, it's pretty much the same thickness. So for y'all who like to complain, oh, this and that, man, stop complaining, all right? Stop complaining. It's ridiculous. Now, one area that it could really work on is the cameras for it, right? If you go 1x or 3x, beautiful pictures, all right? Awesome. They look really great. But if you go 2x or you go 4x or 5x or 6x or anything higher, the quality does get lower. All right. So yes, 1x, 3x, amazing. The 0.6 looks good. I'm not gonna say it's the best, but it looks good. But the 1x, 3x, amazing. All right. It's really good quality photos, right? Now, if you go 2x, you might lose that quality. If you go 4, 5, 6, all the way to 20, I believe it is. It goes up to 20 or 15, somewhere around there. You will lose that quality. I will tell you that straight up right now. You're going to lose that quality. All right. But 1x, 3x, really good. If you don't need anything, if you don't need that extra zoom like you do with like the stuff you could do with the S25 Ultra, then it really wouldn't matter. This is a one in all type of phone, right? You got a tablet and a phone, all right? And it so happened that this tablet/phone has cameras, all right? So you got your 0.6, your 1x, 3x. They're good. The 1x, 3x, amazing. Anything else in between or after that 3x, you're not gonna get the best, but it still works. All right. Now, let me see what else. This phone really, like I said, it's productivity phone. If you're an office worker, this might be an awesome phone to have. If you work at a dusty environment, that's something you might want to keep in mind. If you work at a dusty environment, then you might want to be careful because, you know, it is rated, dust rated, but it's probably not the best one. And if a lot of dust get inside this hinge right here, you know, might ruin your phone. All right. Now, let me give you a little tip. When you're opening this phone, obviously, open it. Be careful with it. Just don't be trying to open it. Just open it like a normal person would, right? So from here, boom, you see? There's no reason for you to go boom and try to open it like that. I don't know why people do that. And then they start complaining that, oh, the screen broke, this and that. Well, learn how to use your phone. All right, when you close it, you never close it from here. You don't press on the screen. You go for the bottom and push. That's simple. You want to keep this screen protected. You want to keep this screen good. You don't want to have those cracks or whatever, you know, that a lot of people get. Learn how to use your phone. You go down here, boom. You see, from the bottom. You see how I'm opening, closing, open, close. It's not so hard to do it. All right. Now, with the Z Fold 7 right around the corner, do I recommend you to buy this thing right now? The answer is no. Do not buy it right now. All right. Hold off and wait for the 7 come out. Why? Because the 7 is supposed to have a bigger screen. It's supposed to have that 200 megapixel camera. You know, the one that this one has. It comes with that new Snapdragon Elite chip on it. It'll be a little bit more thinner, and from my understanding, it's going to have a better inner screen and more dust resistance, right? Rating. So, as of right now, hold off. Do not buy the Z Fold 6. All right, don't buy it yet. Just hold off a couple more months. Got May, June, July. I'm not sure when is it supposed to come out. Probably June, July, somewhere around in between. Just hold off right now. Do not buy this phone. Okay, this is a great phone, yes, but hold off for the 7. All right. Now, if you really had to buy this phone, wait for a deal. Wait for something come out. July, the 4th of July is coming up. There might be some deals going on. I don't know. Probably the 7 already had came from that by that time. I don't know. But if you are buying this phone right now, right, which is a really good phone, this is a great phone, just make sure you get a deal. Because the 7 is right around the corner. And, you know, and I would recommend, me personally, I recommend for you to wait. That's what I gotta say. Just hold off. Hold on right now. Do not buy this phone until the 7 comes out. See what the 7 has to offer, and then, you know, you can go and see, okay, I'll buy it or I won't buy it. But just hold off right now. Do not buy this phone. All right? That's my only thing I gotta tell you right now. Hold on. Hold on to your money. Be patient. Wait for that 7. Bigger screen, a better inner display, a better camera, 200 megapixel camera, a better chipset, you know, the Snapdragon Elite. I believe it's rumored to come out with the Android 16. I believe that was the rumor. I don't know. Might be. So, just hold off right now. Hold off for the Z Fold 7. So, that's all I gotta say, all right? Because this right now will be, after taxes, around $2,000. So, yes, hold on. All right, guys. So on my next video, I will talk about this case right here, the UAG Monarch forged carbon fiber case. I'm still waiting for the one for my 16 Pro Max to come. So once I get that one, boom, I'll set up the video. All right, guys. And here's one thing. I have a couple cases for the 16 Pro Max from Crave and for the S25 Ultra from Crave as well. I will be doing a giveaway. All right. So with this giveaway, the first one will be once I reach 500 subscribers. So share, like, subscribe, and comment. All right. You don't have to follow me anywhere else, social media. Nah, don't do that. All right. Don't do that. Yes, subscribe, share, comment, and like. Subscribe, share, comment, like. Yeah. Once we hit 500 followers or subscribers, I will be doing the giveaway, but you had to be in the United States. All right, not in a foreign country, just in the United States. All right, so I will only ship those cases to the United States. The cases are from Crave. I mean, it's a free case, so you might be the lucky person. All right, so from Crave, I'll be sending from the 16 Pro Max and the S25 Ultra. All right, guys. So till next time, peace.